second annual Gala and Music event, which will be held on May 20th at the Founders Hall in Charleston, is the largest cultural fashion show in the city of Charleston. Today, I talk one-on-one with the creator of the event, Devin King Smalls, for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Devin King Smalls, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I appreciate it greatly. Thank you for having me. And thank you for coming on Quintin's Close-Ups. And if I'm not mistaken, you are the founder and obviously the creator and, the director of the Gala music event, which will be held on May 20th at the Founders Hall. And it is Charleston's largest cultural fashion show in Charleston. And I know it's been going on for a couple of years. So tell me, Mr. King, what's new, what's now with your event?
Well, just prepping for May. It's going to be a whole month full of activities and stuff for the culture, for people, not just the culture, but for anybody to come and experience the culture from anywhere between fashion, art, music. This year I'm incorporating food, wine. It's going to be a plethora of things. So I'm excited. The city seems to be excited. We haven't really been promoting it yet, but just based off last year's event, we had a great outcome. And this year we hope to be better than it was last year.
So what is the biggest difference from last year to this year when you think of your event?
Well, I think more people have a better idea of what to actually expect. I think it was a big thing last year because it was new to the city. I don't think it ever has been done before. But this year they have more of an idea. After the event last year, people are still sharing pictures. It was the talk of the city for, I would say, a good 2 weeks after. Wow. So now people know it, and like people that actually was in the show last year, I feel like they're gonna hype it up a little bit more. That way, people can come out and enjoy themselves. Plus, I have a couple treats for everybody this year. So.
Let me ask you this, Mr. King, then what activities from last year that you want to bring to this year's event?
Well, just the designers. Every year I plan to do different designers. This will be the second annual Gala. So last year I featured, I want to say 10 local designers. Then I featured a storefront from off of King Street called Scotch and so this year I plan to, feature a new 10. And try to bring some more excitement to the city. I can't really say too much about that, but what I mean, it's a surprise. But I kind of want to get people to be excited about this one too. So yeah.
And so, Mr. King, you talked earlier about obviously this event being for the culture. What has been for the culture when it comes to Gullah and music?
I would say just learning about the history. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the fashion, like the fashion statements, like with the prints and stuff like that. And I'm definitely all for the culture. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to be able to spread awareness to the Gullah Geechee culture, but I also want to bring a different insight to the new culture. You know what I'm saying? New Charleston. Like we get it. Where we came from, the slave ships and, the slave markets and, we get that. We understand that. But it's like now I feel like we're more than just, the African prints and stuff like that. We actually have a whole lot more talent other than just that as far as designs. So what I want to do is showcase, these new designers. I want to showcase like, some couture artwork, stuff like that the city has to offer, other than, just the African prints and the sweetgrass baskets and stuff like that. We actually have a whole lot more talent than just that. Not taking anything away from them because that's where we're from. But I just want to showcase more than just that because I just feel like we're bigger now. We have way more resources. I just feel like the art and creativity needs to be seen and heard.
What has the art and creativity been seen before this event took place?
You said when?
Yeah. Let me ask you this. I'll ask it this way. How does the Gala and Music Festival meet the New Charleston?
How does it meet the New Charleston? I would say it's who we are as a culture now. With social media and all that stuff, and us just having all this access to, just new things. I feel like we're able to showcase new talent, new artwork. Um, I said old. I would say old Charleston is more like the go along, get along, like people that's already, you know, that already created this room, and they're just sticking to that and not allowing any new artists in, or what I'm saying, stuff like that. So what I want to do is create a new space for old artists and the new artists to come under one roof and actually enjoy one another's company and network, and just vibe out. I just want it to be an overall vibe, and I want everybody to accept everyone. And even though it's for the culture, everyone is invited. Everyone is invited. I'm gonna have artists to come and do spoken word, tell stories about just the culture, tell stories about what we've been through as a whole. From the Emmanuel 9 up until Walter Scott's situation, and just things that we encountered as a city, and how we became that city of class and got over all of that stuff, and we still were able to come together and still put our talents together and still create in the midst of all that stuff.
What more do you all have to encounter, and what more do you all have to overcome?
Man, just right now I honestly feel like we're doing well. I feel like we're doing well as a city. I just want to bring awareness. I really just want to bring awareness to the city. And just be able to do more for the city. I worked on projects and stuff in the past, basically uh, like uplifting like the younger generation, because right now we see success as, oh, you got to be a rapper, or you got to be a basketball player, or a football player, or a doc, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. And I just want to put that, like, you don't have to just be those things to be successful. You can be from Charleston and have your Geechee Gullah dialect and still be successful. And I just want to show people, like, because I have close friends that was always into the arts and stuff like that, and they had parents growing up that shot those dreams down. Like, no, you got to go. You got to go to law school. You got to go be a doctor. You got to, And I just feel like with being in this space and having this platform, I heard a whole lot more stories and stuff from other individuals, and I was like, dang, I get to see, from a different perspective, how parents were teaching their children, what I'm saying, and how that affected them growing up. I was fortunate enough to have parents that, they pushed me, they allowed me to dream. You know what I'm saying? They supported my dreams, and they told me, hey, you can be anything you want, but make sure you finish school. They didn't really press, for me to go to college, but I went to college. I finished college on my time, and and looking back, that's something that I wouldn't do I wouldn't make my children go to college and do all that stuff if it's not them, if it's not in them. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to, just spread that awareness to everybody, man, and let everybody, hopefully everybody get to see this and take from this, and just, give to those that's under them and coming up, you know what I'm saying, in the future, like, hey, this is what it is. You don't have to be this, you don't have to be that, but you can still be successful. You can be an artist, you can be a graphic artist, you can be a designer, and you can still have that platform, and you can take off from that. I'm not promising anything from it. You can't get rich. I'm not saying that you're going to get rich, or you're going to, do whatever. But in that moment, I promise you, like, while you're on that stage or while you're in that room, just seeing all the lavish luxury attire, VIP sections, and the glitz and glam, you're going to feel like somebody that day of that event. That's a promise.
So, who is Devin King Smalls on the stage when you're introducing this event to all the people here in Charleston?
I'm just a creative director. I like to call myself a creative director. I have my hands in a few things. I'm a father, for one. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely a father. I'm a son. And I'm just a hard worker. I serve in the military. I'm still in the military right now, and yeah, I'm not the most talented and nothing like that. I just, I do what I can. I try to reach out and touch as many people as I can. Um, and yeah, that's who I would say Devin King Smalls is.
So, Mr. Smalls, let me ask you this: what is the youngest generation's perspective of Gala today?
Ah, that's honestly, I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm like in that weird spot where I'm not I'm not the older generation, but I'm not the younger generation. I'm like the middle brother, of both generations. So it's like, if I had to take a wild guess, I would probably say, um, what the younger generation think of. We probably just think like slave markets, slave trade and stuff like that. Based off of what I heard, they know that the Geechee Gullah dialect stemmed from West Africa, and it was used to communicate, while slaves was on the market and stuff like that, so that the slave owners wouldn't understand them. And uh, the younger generation will probably say like, hey, like, we're tired of seeing the African prints and the sweetgrass baskets all the time. Like, we want to see more. We want to see something different. Even though that's the culture, they respect it, but it's like they're tired of seeing it, and they just feel like with them being associated with Gullah, Geechee, they want to be able to showcase, uh, just a different sound. Even when it comes to music, a lot of the musicians that I cross paths with, they don't even sound like they're from here, but you'll never be able to tell that, because, in their music, you'll never be able to tell that they're from here, because they sound like they're from, Atlanta, or they sound like they're from New York or Cali or something like that. And even the way they dress now, it's just different compared to what we're so used to now.
So, what are those hidden Gala treasures that you want to bring to your event?
Well, it's secrets. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to come back around to that in a different question.
Yeah, I see what you're trying to do, but yeah, it's definitely a secret. You guys will have to just come. Just come. I promise you, it's going to be worth the wait, worth the while. I definitely want to see you there. You know what I'm saying? We'd love to have you. I looked up to you.
Thank you.
I remember reaching out to you when I was a little younger, and I'm finally glad it finally came into fruition.
Yes.
And we're here now.
Well, thanks be to God.
Sure.
And Mr. Smalls, let me ask you this. Okay, you talk about what the younger generation wants to get away from as far as the typical Gullah treasures that we have, such as sweetgrass baskets, etc. So then, what do you hope to bring into their space to allow them to better understand and better respect the Gullah culture?
Well, I want them to learn, so I want them to respect it. So I want I call them the OGs. You know what I'm saying? I want the OGs to be able to sit these guys down and talk to them and let them know, like, hey, like, this is what it is. This is what we came from, where we came from, our grandparents, their parents. This is where we all came from, and this is the reason why we're standing on this. Standing on this Gullah, old school Gullah Geechee culture. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to sit down, the OGs, take them under their wing, and be able to tell them, hey, this is what it is. But I also want the younger generation to have that space and tell them as well, like, hey, I respect that, but this is the route we're going. That's just how I feel about a lot in life in general. I feel like just growing up, we always was consuming information, and we had to listen. We had to listen. We was never able to really speak on how we felt or show how we felt, because if we did, we get a slap on the hand, and hey, that's the wrong. That you don't think like that. So now I want to give people like actual resources and the space to really talk to others and tell them, hey, this is what it is. How do you feel about this? And it's an actual conversation now, versus you just taking one thing and running with it.
So, what natural resources have actually allowed you to better understand Gullah?
Just being here for 26 years before I moved, and just really getting out there for myself and seeing things for what it is. I went to the Moja festivals and all these other cultural events, and highly respect it. Highly respect all those events, and even now just seeing like what Black Charleston is doing, and other people, individuals like Chris Kalen and PRK, Poor Rich Kids, and so much to name. I don't want to continue saying names. Somebody gonna get mad at me, but there's just so much resources now, and even back then, and I take from each one, and then I just try to include it in everything that I do, as far as with the way I think now, and stuff like that. So
But then, what more natural resources you want to obviously add to the Black culture so that they too can better understand the Gullah community?
uh, I really want them to, like I said, just be able to sit down with the OGs and basically have that conversation. So I wanna create spaces to where um, you know other resources can come and talk about uh, just talk about the culture. And like I said, they sit down and be able to like have an actual conversation, whether it's from spoken word, whether it's sip and painting, whether it's you know uh, design class like fashion design, sewing, stuff like that, or even just like gatherings, like little pop up shops and stuff like that. Um, I know that we don't have a lot of resources, so the resources that we do have, I want all us to come together and work with one another versus being crabs in a bucket and pulling each other down. I want everybody to lift one another up. So what I would like to do is reach out to these businesses that have these resources and these platforms, and try to connect with them in some type of way. Like for example, like I'm gonna use Scotch and Soda for example because I actually used them in my last show. Um, Something like do pop ups at their places. You know what I'm saying? So even though they're the main store, have like a local designer to be able to have a pop up shop inside their store, and invite only, something like that. Make it formal. Keep it real subtle. Just pure energy, good vibes. You know, uh, Formal attire, and just be able to like give that jeweler or give that designer that platform to talk to everybody and let them know how they feel about their craft, why they started their business, and and where they plan to take their craft in the next few years.
Why
You
did
know,
you start the Gala and the music festival?
you said why did I?
Yes, sir.
Um, I always had a passion for fashion. I always had a passion for music. Growing up in my household, we were free to do a lot. I was actually a sports guy. I was big on basketball, big on football. My dad was a star football player. My mom was actually a design. She used to design and stuff like that. And I have two brothers. We all grew up a little differently, but we all had a lot of similar things as well. But just from being a child, I don't know if you're from Charleston, that you know about Heaven 1390 Gospel Station, you know about Z93 Jams, and stuff like that. And I would listen to all these stations all the time. And my mom and my brothers and my dad, we were all singing in the car and stuff like that. So music, I can't hold a note for nothing, but my mom would sing. I grew up in the church. Uh, so all of this music and stuff grew on me, and it stuck with me for years and years. And that's the reason why I would say that I went this direction. And with fashion, I would say like just uh like honestly like Instagram, like social media, just having that access to the world, making us feel like we're closer to somebody than we actually are. And just being able to see like different garments and stuff like that. And I was in Korea for a year, so I was able to like roam around Korea and see like different textile, textures and fabrics and stuff that they use, and the story behind what they use and why they use it and stuff like that. And even with foods and stuff like that. And what I wanted to do is, because I feel like Charleston, people in Charleston is so institutionalized that we're mentally stuck here in Charleston. And I feel like it's just so much other than Charleston. Not to try to take anything away from Charleston, but I know a lot of people that's I don't ever want to leave Charleston. I don't ever want to leave Charleston. And it's like, you don't have to leave, but from time to time, get out there, explore a little bit, enjoy yourself, see other cultures. You know, when I went to college my first year, I went to Bluefield College in West Virginia, and I remember at the time I had like gold slugs, like a grill, like things. And I remember I was in what you call it, class where you speak. You know, they teach you how to speak properly and all that stuff. I was in one of those classes, and I was talking about, you know, the culture, Charleston culture, and they were just so fascinated. Like, what? Like, why y'all talk like that? Y'all sound like y'all from an island, or y'all sound like y'all from Jamaica, or and I was like, dang, like I thought everybody sounded like this. You know, it's because I was an 18-year-old kid and never been out of Charleston, and I was like, bro, there's so much. There's just so much in this world to see. You know, and that's the reason. That's one of the main reasons why I want to. You know, because I do plan for this thing to hit real big one day, and to spread across the world. So for other people to come in, be able to come in and learn the culture, learn the city. You know, get to try some of the foods, get to meet some of the designers, buy pieces from the designers, support black-owned businesses, just all of that. And yeah, it's just so much. It's just so much to do, so much to encounter within the culture.
And Mr. Smalls, let me ask you, and I want to get back to what you just talked about just in a second. But let me ask you, how many black curators and creatives have been developed since the beginning of your festival?
Since the beginning of it,
Yes, sir.
I I can say I can't really speak on how many. I know that I showcased 12 designers. I want to say 11 of them were from here, local, from Charleston, including myself. And then a lot of black-owned businesses. About 20, 21. I gave them the opportunity to sell their product. And it even I was talking to one of my vendors from last year, and she was telling me, you know, just thank you, you know what I'm saying, because your platform basically it opened up a whole lot of space for me to grow my business and continue to brand my business. And she's telling me how she came across some real good, genuine people who are still clients of hers till this day, you know, and just the process. This is even though it's a long process and it's stressful at times, it's very exciting because I get to learn stuff about myself. I get to learn stuff about other people. I get to collaborate with different businesses and learn how they operate as well. And they make friends. Some of my staff from last year, they became friends with people that were in the show, and till this day, they're best of friends. And it's like I'm just thankful to be able to like put people in the same room and have the opportunity to create friendships like that. Because not everybody don't have that type of support, that type of friendship. I was one of those people who was lucky enough to literally grow up with one of my best friends. You know what I'm saying? And till this day, we're still steady, strong, and he's supportive of me, and we operate together as a unit. And I just want people to be able to do that same thing.
Now, what else do you want to, as far as results, come from obviously this next Gala Music Festival?
I would say just more opportunity for these businesses that are featured in the show. I feel like we all got a voice, we all got something to say, even if it's not verbally. I feel through our artwork, through our creativity, I feel like we need to be heard. It's a reason why we're the number one city for the past 10 plus years, most tourist attraction. It's something here. People, they love the city. I feel like, yeah, we just need to be heard. We need to be seen. And I want people to hear and see us.
You said that the tourists love it in Charleston. Why don't the residents why don't the residents stay here, particularly the black residents, in your mind?
I'm not. Honestly, I think because of, I would say because of just trauma. Trauma that everybody encountered. and they're growing up. I can't speak for everybody, but as a black man, a lot of us are traumatized. A lot of us are dealing with PTSD, depression, anxiety, all that stuff. And um, I feel like we've been running away for so long. We've been running, running, running. And I think that's the only way that we know how to cope with a lot of things is just to run and try to find a new, common ground to rebuild. And I think that's the reason why a lot of the residents don't stay here. Not only that, because we don't have much as black people. We don't have much to entertain us. If it ain't, if it ain't going out and clubbing, what more do we really have? We don't have too much to really, enjoy without, having to worry about shots flying over our heads and us, hitting the ground and ducking. At least for the younger generation, um, uh, I would say that's the reason why a lot of people just want to get out of Charleston. I feel like the city is beautiful, the culture is beautiful. I feel like the money is here. We just, we're tending to just drift away from it because of, we lost a lot of people here, because we know what happened on those slave markets. We know, that this state ain't really the best state when it comes to like, not to get into politics or anything like that, but we know this state isn't really the best for us, and that's with the cost of living and stuff going up. People are just trying to figure out a way how to get out of here to have a better lifestyle for their children and themselves.
So where is the money for black economic development in Charleston?
Where's the money?
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to find out. I'm trying to find out myself. I honestly don't know, but I do want to be able to provide those. I want this interview to, be able to reach out to those who know where it's at, and we'll be able to have that conversation, and we'll be able to connect and collab, and they be able to share that information with other individuals who are looking for the money and resources.
Going back to what you said earlier, what should be the common ground when it comes to Gullah music and Gullah fashion?
Um, what should be the common ground?
Yes, sir.
Uh, I would say just finding that balance of what makes us the same. Um, Everything go hand in hand. If you look at everything that's going on in the world now, every rap artist want to be a fashion model. Every model want to be, a rapper or something like that, or a singer or whatever the case is. And I just feel like fashion and music just always was going hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, if you look at people that perform when they're on stage and they're wearing a intricate piece with their chest out, you know what I'm saying? It's like, they wouldn't wear that outside, like to the store or Walmart or something like that. But, being on that stage give them that opportunity to dress up and, put some stuff on that people deem as crazy looking. Like, if you think about somebody like a Prince, or like, somebody more modern day, like what was a good modern day artist right now that dress crazy? Um, like I don't know, like a Wiz Khalifa or somebody.
Okay.
I'm not really big, And you look at the way that those guys dress, and you just see that. All right, fashion is in music now, and now the kids are starting to dress crazy, and I say crazy, but not crazy like that, but like crazy as in like they're being able to express themselves and who they are, and I think that's what fashion and music is, just self expression, you know.
And how have you been able to express yourself over the past 2 years with this festival?
Me, I would say like just being able to post stuff that I actually love doing, and not being judged by it. Um, just being a heterosexual male and being into fashion, it's like it's kind of uncommon. A lot of people don't expect for what I'm saying, somebody of my stature to be like into fashion and stuff like that, especially with my background being like I was a star basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like where did this Devin Smalls come from? Compared to the Devin Smalls that we know. So it kind of gives me it's kind of giving me the outlet to like really showcase who I am and what I like and not being judged by it or anything like that. And same way everybody else. They're able to be themselves. That's what art is just being able to express who you are and what you are.
So, what does the Gala and Music Festival mean to you?
Man, it means a lot. It means a lot. I would say most importantly is just allowing people that space to be themselves, to network. I honestly say that if you come to the Gala, you're going to leave there with something. Even if it isn't money, like monetary, anything like that, you're going to leave out there with a connection that you didn't have. You're going to leave out there with more confidence. I have models that don't really model. It's regular human beings just like me and you. They work an everyday job, but they go to this show and they're able to walk in this show and represent something or somebody or themselves. Somebody once told me everybody want to be a part of something that's bigger than who they are. And I took from that, like, people don't get this opportunity all the time, so you can join this event or this movement, and you can be walking for your business. You can be walking for your child. If you always wanted to model growing up or something like that, you have the opportunity to do so. You don't have to be a professional, but you can also get paid as if, like, if you have the support, you're able to get paid maximum dollars. Like, there's no max. There's no cap. And it's just like I'm instilling that dog in everybody. Like, now, I got the opportunity to do this, and I'm going to give it everything I have. And somebody going to see me. They're going to hear me. I'm gonna make sure I leave this event with more connections than I had yesterday or prior to this event. And that's just the main objective. It's just to allow these people to have that space to network and collaborate with others in the near future.
So, Mr. Smalls, how are we, as obviously, Black people here in Charleston, better off because of your particular event?
I can't. I feel like we're good. We've been good even before the event. We just didn't have that space to express ourselves. I'm not taking the credit. I feel like it's so many curators, great curators, that came way before me and way before this event. And those ones I've came up under. I didn't just come out of nowhere. Like, it started way before me, and I actually came as at the bottom of the totem pole, right? And I'm working myself up. What I'm saying, I'm still not even where I want to be at yet, and I don't even know where I want to be. I just know that I want to bring change to the culture, and right now I'm just going with what God is showing me, where He's guiding me, and any obstacle that's in my way, I just feel like I'm that guy for it, and I'm gonna just continue to move in His name, and hopefully, something good come from this for all of us.
And I have two more questions for you, Mr. Small. So, what are those current obstacles when it comes to Gala music and Gala fashion, and now that you're incorporating into it, Gala food?
Gala food. I would say just like I said, just being heard, being seen. I feel like we don't. I grew up, like I said, I grew up here, and every day I'm learning something new about restaurants, Black-owned restaurants, or designers, or musicians. And I'm like, damn, where y'all been at all this time? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all been here, but you know, people. I had to talk to certain people, and they tell me like, hey, this person right here is pretty dope, or this restaurant right here is pretty good, or and such and so and so. And I'm like, dang, like, if I can provide like that platform for all these people to be in the same room and we all get a whiff of everybody all at once, why not do so? Because it's just then people aren't doing it. And I just want to. That's the main reason why I decided to create this platform.
So, how do you, Mr. Smalls, continue to express yourself in this unique way, and also have this platform 5, 10 years from now?
Um, I feel like every year, fashion, music, art is going to evolve. It's an everlasting. It's an everlasting thing. Like it's never going to stop. It's never going to slow down. It's been going on years and years and years before me and you was on this planet. So I feel like with the right people around us and with the right team, I feel like it's going to continue to grow. It's going to continue to get better. The word is going to get out there, and we're going to continue to be able to bless others. In terms of just opportunity, just opportunity. Um, yeah.
Now, to recap, speaking of getting the word out, let's recap who, what, when, where, how, and why.
So who it's us. It's for us, by us. Everybody that's one person don't get the credit. We're all just out here, just doing what we do best. And we're here to learn about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're here to learn about ourselves. We might think that we need to be this big time designer or this big time artist. And in all actuality, that might not be our purpose, but we're gonna be in a room full of people that's for us. Like we cross paths with everybody for a reason. The where, it's gonna be at the Founders Hall. The next one is gonna be at Founders Hall, May 20th. From 2 to 6 p.m. Founders Hall. Who, what, when, where? What was all the question? Who, what, when, where, why?
How?
Just just the grace of God. Just having people around me. That are firm believers in God and move accordingly. And those that are disobedient or whatever, then we find our ways. We eventually part ways, and we just take it as learning lessons. It ain't no bad blood, none of that. We still want everybody to eat, but it's just not at the same table as us. We're just going to continue pushing forward, with the mission.
And for more information, where should people go?
Wherever God take them. I can't answer that.
Me, as far as your May event.
You said as far as what now?
Your May event. How do we get more information? What's the website to go to for more information on the Gala Music Festival?
Okay. Yeah, so we're on Instagram at Gala, official Gala. We're also on Facebook at Highest in the Room LLC. And then we also have an event page called the Gala Fashion and Music Event Experience. So definitely follow those. And if you know me personally, my Facebook is Devin King Smalls, and my Instagram is at dev.smalls. So I'm always on there, promoting. My team is always on there promoting their stuff. So yeah, that's how you can find us.
Devin King Smalls with the Gala and Music Festival. Thank you for your time. And again, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, Mr. Quintin. I'm honored. God bless you.
Thank you likewise.